It's about that time again, and it's been a lot for the Sonic franchise this year. So as the year 2023 ends and as we move on to 2024, I want to look back on many of the other things that came out this year for the Sonic franchise. There's a lot of cool things for the franchise happening this year, and for 2024, it's looking to be even better next year. So let's start with the first thing. 4 months ago, on March 22nd, 2023, we got the first of many of the DLC updates for Sonic Frontiers, the Sight, Speeds, and Sounds update. I already made a whole video on Sonic Frontiers because of Final Horizon, so if you want to check that out, that will be in the description. But this update gave us 4 new features, such as my personally favorite, the Jukebox, which lets you listen to a collection of music songs and tracks from many of the Sonic games, like Angel Island, Speed Highway, Sonic Colors, well for Sonic Colors the remake, and stuff like Night of the Wind by Crush 40. As you start with a few songs, but as you go on the islands, you collect many new music notes so you can unlock more songs, like Night of the Wind for example, or Live and Learn, which can actually be found on the Chaos Island, so that's kind of ironic. This was definitely my favorite out of them for this update, because I just love listening to song music because it's good. And I wish they added more tracks, because as it goes on, they didn't add any new tracks after that. They only added the tracks that were related to that specific one, like in Final Horizon. Actually, wait, they didn't even add Blood Flow now I think about it. The next one is photo mode, and if you didn't follow my Twitter at the time, I posted a lot of photos of these Frontiers because I just love doing it. It allows you to take photos, which probably should have been in the game by default, and I just used it a lot. Not much to say, it's just a real photo mode that you can also just say for you're running up a lift and then you start doing poses, and then you can just take a photo. I'm surprised with the poses in this game they didn't bother to add the Avenger pose, knowing that's one of the most iconic poses, or the Heroes pose. That would have been cool. They even also had cyberspace challenges, which is basically just time attack from Sonic Mania, where you can just try to speedrun certain cyberspace stages. I never did this because I was mainly intrigued in the Jukebox mode when I first found about it, and as I said, I just took a bunch of photos in photo mode. Those were my 2 personal favorites. Even includes a boss rush mode, which lets you fight through all the bosses on the specific island, and including the Titans. Which, now realizing that's most likely not even worth playing for what's gonna come. On April 1st, surprisingly, Sega's caught up by storm, because on April 1st, Sega launched the murder of Sonic the Hedgehog for April Fool's Day, which I didn't expect it. I mean, I'm pretty sure no one expected to see Sonic in the Family Guy death pose. It's a simple murder mystery game of who killed Sonic, probably Mephiles, that takes place on Amy's birthday, and then you play mini games and talk to people to see if they know anything about the murder. And I didn't even know that this is actually just kind of funny that it turns out that Espio was the one who killed him, but technically didn't kill him because Sonic isn't dead. I just found it funny that Espio, being a ninja, he could just hide in the shadows and just kill Sonic and then just go away. Even if he were to kill him, he'd probably do it stealthily. But for just being a game that was literally just an April Fool's joke, it adds a lot of charm to it, and a lot of people actually liked it. Even has Sage Metal Sonic at the end. I'm surprised they even brought Sage into this. Though, for a style like this, I'm surprised IDW characters weren't added on in this. Seems like the game that they would have shown off in. I even seen a video of the woman who was actually working on the game, and then just thought of it as a joke, until it actually got a huge fan base. Well, not huge, since it is just only for Steam, but a lot of people actually liked it. I can't do this! I can't figure it out! A lot of people actually liked the game, and also the Murder Sonic Hedgehog has a nice art style, and I like everyone's outfits in it. Also say, if you're gonna try to bring back Knuckles' cowboy hat, please do. I actually like that hat. You're doing it for movie Knuckles. I'm just saying, if you make that actual hat, I'll buy it. On June 23rd, 2023, was the 2023 Sonic Central, and it showed off a bunch of cool stuff for Sonic. There's mainly shirts collabs, other collabs, and other stuff, but mainly Sonic himself. It's in his name, of course it would show Sonic. Such as showing off the trailer for Sonic Prime Season 2, showing off some stuff for Sonic Frontiers, and showing us a new game, Sonicoriginsplus, and people fucking hated this game. The public hated and despised it because it was just another Sonic collection game, and as you see from my previous video, yeah, people did not like it. As I just said, I made a previous video on it, so go watch that one in the description, but to make it cut short, it had a bunch of glitches. Most of those tracks were different. I know I messed up on Ice Cap Zone, but I just didn't like the remake of that. And like I said, if you had any of the other previous collection games, you might as well just throw those ones out because Origins has all of that. Not to mention with Origins Plus, all they added was Tales of Sky or Flying Patrol. No one's gonna play that shit. And they added Amy, which was cool because she was later put into Sonic Superstars. I'm just saying they added Tales of Flying Patrol, no one's gonna play it, but they didn't add Knuckles Chaotix. But like I said, also on June 23rd was Sonic's birthday bash on Sonic Frontiers, the second update. As you boot up the game, you can select to the normal UI or the birthday themed UI, and everyone gets a special birthday themed outfit, which I actually wish they did in the other updates, like giving everyone outfits. There are even new birthday themed Coco, which if you collected them and gave them to the, I'm pretty sure like Master Coco or something, or Elder, you can actually bring up your boost gauge, which was kind of weird knowing that there was the thing you could just do by doing an infinity sign with a side loop, and then you just get an infinite boost. I guess this will be useful if you don't want to do that, but that's what I did. I just always used the infinity sign boost instead of just trying to get Coco to fill up my boost gauge. And they even added new birthday themed challenges that if you collect all of them, we'll do all of them on every island, by the way, and get an S rank, you can unlock the spin dash. I know it's outrageous as it sounds, and that's what I felt, and I did not even do it. Because that and the spin dash was actually really cool. Not to mention, people found out once they actually unlocked it, it was very game breaking and looked very funny. And I wish I could use it. Well, at least at the time before this came out. July 13th was when exclusive on Netflix, Sonic Prime Season 2 came out. But no joke, when I actually first watched it, I was going to Texas and I was jet lagged off the plane. So literally when I watched it, I was just very tired, but I enjoyed it a lot. I'm pretty sure everyone can agree with this when it says that it was a huge step up from Season 1, because Season 1 was just majority of flashbacks every episode, but this one was very good. I know people don't like the characterization of Sonic and Sonic Prime, which I see why, because you're supposed to have this cool snarky hedgehog that doesn't care, even when arguing with his friends, except for Sonic Prime, he just wants all of them to stick together and only cares mainly about his friends. Which is fine, but you try to take out some of the main aspects of Sonic. Because also he didn't mind arguing with his enemies, but he also didn't mind arguing with people like Knuckles and Shadow, for example. Even Tails sometimes, like in Lost World, or even with Tails in Sonic Colors. I just really love the fight scenes in this one. There are many times during the fight scenes that an actual song reference happens, like when Sonic is launching up from below the robot, which can be seen in Sonic Unleashed's cinematic opening, as well as when Sonic and Shadow are fighting, Shadow just straight up hits the Sonic 06 Shadow pose. He even does the adventure pose when fighting Dread. That was really cool. Literally the first time I saw any of these scenes, like I said, I was jet lagged from off the plane, and I literally just got up out of my seat when I was watching this on my tablet. It was really cool. I just love references like that. But the very cool reason for this is that people who actually worked on the cutscenes for Sonic Unleashed and 06 actually worked on Sonic Prime Season 2, which is why we got all those cool references. I doubt it was Mars Zebrapo, which is like the main theme for Sonic Unleashed in 06, but that's still cool. With episode 1 starting off from the acts of Season 1, but from the perspective of Shadow, and then as it leads up that he was watching him the whole time as the Season 1 events were happening. And then it cuts to the final scene from Season 1 when Shadow lunges at Sonic, and then it goes from there of Sonic being took into Green Hill, which is now just a pale version of itself with the ghost versions of everyone else that's giving me Sonic Frontiers. I was right there. Which has Knuckles, Amy, Tails, and Rouge just stuck in limbo, and Shadow explains that they need all the shards to bring them back together, which could have a chance, which actually does happen eventually. Like when they get the shards, it actually starts to come back together. But then that's when one of the cool fight scenes happens, and Shadow just, I don't even know why that this blew up, but I see why, because honestly this line is just very cool.
Nah, I'm good. Come at me, bro.
I just really love those two lines from Shadow. And I love that they actually had him smiling a lot in this, from the edgy hedgehog from this. It's cool and funny. Plus this one was cool because all the paradox versions of Tails, Amy, Rouge, and Knuckles were seeing and interacting with each other. Well, mainly just for Tails, Amy, and Knuckles. The other Rouge just didn't see each other yet. That probably can happen with Season 3.
I'm starting to think he likes traps. He does.
This is too weird.
We even got to see Chaos Sonic, which is the middle song from the trailer, and I really like Chaos Sonic. People really just said that it's basically just Sonic if he were to go evil, which that really is. Not like a Scourge situation, but like, is Sonic just like actually just straight up went evil? Plus, like in all the fight scenes in this season were just very cool and well animated. So just like the main one with Shadow and Sonic fighting together. And I can't wait to see more of that in the next season, as well as Sonic's new super form, which the community has named Paradox Sonic or Prismatic Sonic, which I could go either one. Which Sonic basically just goes Ultra Ego and then is super fast. And not just super fast, but he's so fast that he literally makes after images of himself that he can actually just talk to and high five. Literally the first time I thought it was really cool of how he was that fast. He could literally make after images of himself that would just punch right after he was gone. Even when finding the main new Eggman, which is just the modern Eggman but with a purple mustache, who we actually literally only seen once in the show, and that was just through season 1 Sonic Prime flashbacks. And also, I know that he didn't want to go and disappear and all, but 9 is a bitch for taking all of the shards as everything was about to be put back together, backstabbing Sonic, exploding the blueprint for the shards, and then taking them all into the Grim just because he wants a new role, and he did this all for himself. And then he's the one saying that Sonic only cares about himself and he wasn't friends with 9, despite Sonic literally saying that multiple times. I mean, that's literally this Sonic's character. He wants his friends by his side, and 9 can't get that straight. He's just Sasuke. Like, I know that he didn't want to disappear and all because Sonic was mainly like his only friend, but as he was putting the shards back together, they were actually intact and he didn't disappear. He would have started flashing if he started to disappear. And still, that's not an excuse for doing a petty scheme like that of taking all the shards as Green Hill is being destroyed, as you see from the trailer of season 3. And then see people started memeing Shadow being the shit out of 9, and I hope that happens. But you know what also came out during the summer? Summerfest, hosted by the same guy who hosts the Game Awards, gave us the first look at Sonic Superstars, which caught me by a very big surprise because of how good it looked for a 2D Sonic game. And then also later on we would get to see another trailer for Sonic Superstars, which would be a multiplayer trailer, but also a trailer for Sonic Frontiers, the Final Horizon, which it just has all of them ready to battle, and in front of them is a multi-armed version of Supreme. September 28th. Oh my god, this game is great. Now, my favorite one, the third Sonic Frontiers update, I made a big video on this, so I'm not gonna say much. Well, I'm definitely gonna say some stuff, but not as much as I did in that big video, so I'll put that in the description as well. New story, new playable characters, more music, and it is all great. The story has a way better ending and actual hype to it than the original one when Sage sacrifices herself. Sonic gets a new transformation, and you get to play as Knuckles again. You haven't been able to play as Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, and Amy ever since Sonic Boom, I'm pretty sure. But in terms of mainline, Sonic 06. Even does a thing like Sonic Adventure that everyone has their own specific theme if you play as that specific character, which obviously be my favorite and the best one in my opinion, Blood Flow by Knuckles. Wait, it sounds like an actual thing the song would like to say. And about what I said earlier about there being a boss rush, that really isn't a point when the King's Trial is a thing. I already did a whole thing about that in the video. But either way, it's just a huge boss rush where you fight all 3 of the Titans and your rings don't refuel. As I said before, it's literally just a hell gauntlet fighting all the Titans, trying to keep up your rings without losing any time. Not to mention for fights obviously, like I mentioned the Knight, if you get hit by the spikes, you can lose your rings, and you lose a bunch of them. Though I'm not sure I said this in the video, but from what happened to me when I was doing it, if you get hit by the spikes, you gotta exactly boost perfectly and then stomp right before you actually hit the ground. That's what I did, and I didn't lose any rings. In my opinion, I honestly think Sonic Frontiers is basically just a mix of both the boost gameplay in the adventure era of gameplay style, because it's really cool. Like with the open area and the boost cyberspace levels, it's honestly just a mix of an adventure style and a boost style. And the I'm Hero Visitor version slaps so hard. That is the best track in the game. Song music is just so great. Well, at least it was until the thing I'm gonna say next. By the way, Cybersonic was really cool, and I love the ending to it. Sonic Superstars, a return to classic Sonic, released on October 17th, 2023, and alongside Spider-Man 2 and Super Mario Bros. Wonder. What a crazy lineup of games. Yeah, as you know, I made a small video on it, so if you still want to see a bigger video on that, subscribe. I mean, I may or may not do it. I don't know, may or may not do it. 2D Sonic's first 3D title and a multiplayer 4-player game, which was meaned on to be the new Super Mario Bros. Of Sonic, which is really what it was going for, and I liked it. As Sonic and friends travel to the North Star Islands with 11 zones and a cool hub world, which was basically, I'm pretty sure, based off of like the one from Sonic Generations, since that also had a hub world. Not based off of, but it was cool that they did that again. As for the music, most of it sucks, but when it slaps, it slaps. Such as for obviously ones like Pinball Carnival Act 1 and 2, Bridge Island Zone Act 1 and 2, mainly for Act 2 for me. Speed Jungle was good, not Act 2. Sand Sanctuary, which is by T-Los, I love that one. And then there are some ones that most people probably don't like, but I actually like, which is Golden, my favorite of the bunch. One of my favorites. Golden Capital Act 2. There's Press Factory Act 1. There's Eggman I think it's Eggman Factory Act 2. Pretty sure that's the name. But as for the tracks that sucks, especially Fang's first battle with Sonic, it's all bad. I don't know what they did. They had June do the most music, but he's trying to get that Genesis feel, and it does not work. But like I said, there are bangers in the game. With the return of the character from Sonic Triple Trouble, Fang the Sniper or Fang the Hunter, whichever you call it, alongside with the new character, the original Sonic designer made Trip the Sun Gazer. And I actually really like the character. You know, I actually like the design. Literally the first time I heard that they were a lizard, I thought of, how is Sega gonna make a lizard into a Sonic character? I mean, you'd be surprised, there's probably someone that looks like that's probably an actual lizard in IDW. I mean, well, not IDW, I mean the Archie comics. Because sometimes that art style was just weird. But when she unmasked herself, she didn't even look bad. I actually like her design. And when she gets on the Chaos Emerald, she becomes a cool dragon. And I really like the scene when she first met Amy, and then meeting Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles, and then she puts her helmet back on because she's shy. It's funny, it's cute. And speaking of the Chaos Emeralds, they have all their own individual power, like Bullet, not that type of Bullet, Avatar, not that Avatar, and Time. Not to mention all the references that are in this, like for Super Sonic, if you stand for a couple of seconds, he actually does the idle animation from Sonic 3. And they even have Tails Doll in Pinball Carnival Act 2. I didn't think from a character from Sonic all would appear, but it's cool that he did. And you can make your own metal robot. I just made my metal Knuckles. But they even have a Knights one. Remember that Sega character? I was surprised they actually did that. There's even a new Metal Tails and Metal Amy, which I'm pretty sure, from what I've heard, were designed by the people who actually originally made Metal Sonic. Well, not people, but originally by the guy who designed Metal Sonic. Which is actually cool. I'm surprised they actually got people, they actually did a lot for this game. Music was not one thing. Not to mention, you can even have your own Lego Mecha Sonic as well as the other Lego skins. Feels the Rabbit skin, which I'm surprised they did. And they have the Christmas outfit and the cell shaded skins that are only exclusive to Japan. I made a whole video, like a short video on that. Not to mention, originally this game was supposed to have mods, but Sega just didn't allow people to do it. Though, I have seen one mod, well, the majority of mods being put in the Sonic, modern Sonic, and because Sonic 4 because of how the music sounds. But as well as an actually very cool mod, which is put the exact model and gameplay style from Sonic Rush into the game. I'm pretty sure I can find footage of it. I think if not, it's on Twitter somewhere. Not to mention there were a bunch of bugs and glitches in the game, which I have said that started funny at the beginning, but as for the final boss, oh my god, I will just make a whole video on the next year. And throughout the year, there was also those Sonic and French shorts which had the chibi versions of them, which are just chibi versions of their plush forms, which I have the Shadow, so where's Shadow in all of this? As well as the Fast Friends Forever thing, which Sega actually got people to draw Sonic comics to them, which one of them actually beat Thermal Montrash, which is a cool YouTuber that I actually watch. Surprised he actually did that. And plus, it was actually around time he actually made that Sonic 2 video. And then I just go on YouTube or Instagram just to see his comic by Sega. That was cool. There was even also the Sonic Symphony and the Sonic Expo, which I didn't go on either of them. But I heard that they were both really cool though. As for Sonic Symphony, you already know how it is. It's just a tour of them going around doing a bunch of songs to them, which actually happened before Sonic Superstars came out. They actually played the actual main theme of Sonic Superstars there and had the whole orchestra there. And as for Sonic Expo, and I'm pretty sure Sonic Revolution happened this year, I think, had a bunch of old Sega actors such as like Jason Griffith, Pete Capella, and Kirk Thornton there, even Ryan Drummond, doing voices and signing stuff to people. And then also around when Sonic Frontiers finally ended, great game, they did a Tales Tube which had them remembering old things from their past, which caught me by surprise, made a video on that. They mentioned Mighty and Ray and Fang the Sniper, and these are the modern versions mentioning this. Not to mention Knuckles even brings up Knuckles Chaotix. That's canon. Not to mention I also like how Knuckles just basically says that Ray and Mighty are better versions of Sonic and Tails, which for Sonic's case actually wasn't far off that because Sonic was originally supposed to be Knuckles Chaotix, but then Mighty was reskinned over him. Well, not much of a reskin, he just had the exact same animations, but that's funny. They even pointed out the fact of how Fang just has multiple names: Fang the Hunter, Fang the Sniper, Knack the Weasel. It's fun. I loved it. There are also many issues of the IDW comics that came out this year, such as the Eggperial City arc, the 900th Adventure arc, and my favorite, Knuckles and the Chaotix. If only Mighty was there. There's even this other thing, like this silver one, which has them with Mimic. Oh my god, I hate Mimic. And then there were like some holiday themed ones, like the Endless Summer, the Halloween one with the Chaotix, and the winter themed one. But I gotta ask, why is Mimic just such a bitch at IDW Comics? Like, just why? Like, he is so annoying. Like, he's the reason why Silver got kicked out of the Diamond Cutters, and he did nothing wrong. And then he's playing the freaking victim. Not to mention, it makes me even more mad that they got freaking what's his name? That Green Weasel, Clutch. They got his ass on the sidelines as he's talking to Jules, and then talking to freaking Sergeant Kit, as they're trying to infiltrate the Restoration HQ, and I hate all of them. But I love that they made Vector the little thing. Her feeding Vector some food because he can't reach it from his mouth. I just love that. It's cute. Now, this one came by surprise as well. Sonic Dream Team, exclusively on Apple Arcade, which I actually can play now because I got an iPhone for Christmas, and it's great. It's short and sweet and fun. As for most things I say in this video, made a whole video on this, so go check that out in the description. I'm just gonna cut it short. Cream coming back is cool. Weird voice choice. Rouge is finally playable again. Weird voice choice again. And the new character REM, which is cool. There's even this one art that Adam Bryce drew of Lynn looking at REM as she's sipping her coffee as she's mad. It's funny, but it's still cool that they're both playable. I mean, as I said before, Cream has been playable since, well, as mainline, I'm pretty sure Sonic Heroes or Sonic Advance. Well, one of them, but it's Sonic Heroes. And for Rouge for Sonic 06. And I love the main theme of the game. It's very catchy. I even like Scramble Shores. I even heard that there might be some rumors that it'll have DLC and that for some reason, weird choice, but Shadow and Blaze will come to the game. Shadow and Blaze, well, not Silver and Blaze. But even if that is just a rumor, I actually hope that happens. That's cool. Oh yeah, I actually forgot to mention in between was the Sonic Cafe that was in, I think, California or San Francisco. I don't know, but I never went to it. But I thought it was really cool because I just wanted to go up and take a picture of the Sonic there. There was even a cookbook that launched right beside it. There was the Sonic Twitter takeover, which had them answering questions like Knuckles' gloves, which he basically just says "fuck off," and Tails saying that he caught Knuckles giving Rouge daisies. You gotta love Knuckles. I'm glad that they made Knuckles and Rouge an actual thing this time instead of just teasing it. I mean, even in a cutscene of Sonic Dream Team, REM likes Knuckles. And then the final thing for Sonic was that Christmas-themed Tails Tube, which had Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, Amy, Rouge, Omega, which for some reason is voiced by Roger Craig Smith now, and Shadow. We could have had all the Sonic heroes, the Big and the Chaotix were here, as well as Cream. Not much to say, it's just them exchanging gifts. Sonic kind of being a dick to Amy by taking her photo out of that frame, and that's really it. As well as Shadow getting a scarf from Tails, which people loved on Twitter, and if you saw the actual official art on Christmas, he's wearing that exact scarf. So I guess they stuck with that. And that's the Sonic 2023 recap. I know Sonic themselves uploaded one of this, but I just want to just because of the respect of the franchise I have for it. I love it. Now, for next year, well, originally, the Knuckles show was supposed to be on this. I was actually supposed to make a video on it this year, but due to the writers and actor strike, that had to be pushed back to 2024. And that sucked. But next year, we got Sonic Prime Season 3, the Knuckles show hopefully coming, and Sonic Movie 3. And it's going to be a very great year, especially of an actual new modern Sonic game for 2024. I hope there's actually a new game, and I can't wait. See you next year.